Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to talk about today is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures and videos and emails. And if you would like to do so, my email's in the description box below. So this first email comes in from a community member, and she also sent me a PDF. And if you guys want the PDF, just email me and in the subject line, put recipes, okay? So I know what to send you, all right? So this email says, I found this on a group in Facebook, and it's called Recipes for Hard Times, Depression Era. Thought this would be useful with the times that we are in and headed in. You are so right, because I also have some videos that I'm going to share at the end of this video that describes exactly what this is all for. Okay, so I looked at these recipes and my gosh, are they awesome. So because what the videos that I have, I actually found myself along, and there's also other videos that were sent in by community members, and what they're going to describe to you is something that I have not heard of. We've all heard of the Great Depression, right? What we are in right now, because a lot of people say recession, no. What we are in right now is something called the silent depression. So wait until you watch those videos, and it explains everything in detail, and they're crazy. Okay, so if you want this PDF, just email me with, in the subject line, put recipes, okay? So here's an email from a community member. She sent in some really awesome pictures. She said, it's been about 15 months since we brought our new oven stove, okay, to us, old cook stove. But yesterday was an awesome day. After a year plus, I finally had a crew to help load, move, and unload this beauty, and it is a beauty. It's gorgeous. She said, thankfully, the store we bought it at was very understanding and kept it covered and marked sold. Today, we are installing it in the kitchen. In our small 2-bedroom house, it is our only source of heat unless we use space heaters. For those concerned about us using it, the stove was fully restored to operational status. I can't wait for winter and to bake some bread or pie. Enjoy the photos. When I tell you, gorgeous, just look at these in awe because they're amazing. So here's an email from a community member. She sent me some screenshots from her phone. She said, look at what my apartment is making us do. They want all of our info. And it says, we are excited to announce our newest amenity, Identity IQ, with Resident Link technology. Identity IQ is nationally renowned leader of credit monitoring and identity theft protection, and now offers multiple credit building solutions. This collaboration opens up a world of incredible opportunities for you. Resident Link technology gives you the tools you need to establish, build, and positively impact your credit and rental payment reporting. Their service reports positive rental payment information as a credit trade line, so on-time rental payments can positively impact your credit scores. And then it says, through this partnership, we have auto-enrolled you in Resident Link technology at no cost to you. So they did this to all of their tenants without their knowledge, without their consent. It's crazy. So here's an email from a community member, and this is what she's saying. She said, I have a problem with gas prices and I live in Arkansas. $3.39 is a bit high. I know it's higher than other places, but when you live on $800 a month, it gets a little expensive. God bless everyone. Well, thank you, sweetheart. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I see what you mean. Thank you. And now for a commercial break. And a community member wrote in and she sent me some pictures and she said, and they always been doing good work again. And this week, 40 pounds of bananas and cases of breaded chicken and milk, a few gallons of milk and a couple bags of potatoes. And I tried something for me and I discovered something about my pressure cleaner. My weight doesn't, oh, the weight, okay, it doesn't jiggle, okay. But I was able to can 4 cans of jars of the breaded meat. I know you're supposed to can braided. Oh, you're not supposed to can the breaded. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. But I wanted to see. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, honey. Well, I'm really happy that you got all this stuff for your preps. I'm really happy for you. Okay, so before I go, here's the videos that I'm talking about, okay? Please watch them. You know me, what I'm always going to say, they're for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please do your own research. But please listen to the silent depression videos, okay? Because they are 100% accurate, all right? All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fearless. Ciao.
Heard a new term on TikTok today that made me stop in my tracks.
We are living in the silent depression.
This guy believes we are not just living in worse than the Great Depression, we're living in the silent depression. The average annual income in 1930 for an American individual was a little over $4,800. Sounds like nothing, but if you adjust that for inflation, a little over $4,800 a year in 1930 is equivalent to almost $85,000 annually for the average salary for one person. Right now, the average annual salary is $56,000 a year. We currently are making less than the height of the Great Depression. In 1930, gas was on average 10 cents a gallon. That would be about $1.73. In case you haven't filled up your car lately, average cost of a gallon of gas is $3.55. To buy a new car in 1930 would have been about $860. It's worth about 15 grand. The average cost of a new car today is $48,000. And of course, the most coveted aspect of the American dream, being able to buy a house in 1930 cost about $3,900, less than $70,000. I spend way too much time on Zillow, so maybe this isn't surprising to me, but the average price of a home in America today is $416,000. How could we be living through worse cost of living and wages than 1930? And no politician, no media outlet, no one is talking about it.
That's Bidenomics. It's about growing an economy by strengthening the middle class.
We are in a silent depression. When you compare the Great Depression to today, this is going to absolutely blow your mind. In 1930, during the Great Depression, the average home in America was $3,900. The average car was $600, and the average monthly rent was $18 or $216 a year, and the average salary was $1,300 for the year. Fast forward to today, it is $436,000 for the average home, 48 grand for the average car, and the average rent is $2,000 a month or $24,000 a year, and we have a $56,000 income for the average American right now. So if you look back to the Great Depression, the house was only 3 times the average salary. Now it is 8 times the average salary. The car was 46% of the salary. The car today is 85% of the salary. And here's the craziest part. The rent was 16% of the average salary. It is now 42% of the average salary.
We are living in the silent depression, and I'm going to explain what I mean. During the Great Depression, 48% of people ages 25 to 29 lived at home with their parents. Nowadays, it's over 52%. If you take the worst year of the Great Depression in the 1930s, 1930 specifically, they made about $88,000 a year adjusted for inflation on average, one person, not a household, one person. Today, that's in between about $35,000 and $45,000 per head wherever you look across the country. New cars are unaffordable. New houses are unaffordable. To move to a new place and rent somewhere else is unaffordable. It's terrible what's going on right now. And to cap all of this off, I don't think anyone, for the most part, is really thinking about the fact that in 2020, 45% of the market just came crashing down in 1 month. There was a 45% drop in 1 month, the quickest fall that we've ever seen in United States history. And then it went back up and people have stopped thinking about it. Well, I'll tell you, I haven't. I think something big may be on the horizon because normal people in this country are fucking struggling. And at the end of the day, normal people are what this country's backbone is built out of. If you crush the back, the country's back will be broken and the rest of the body will be functionally useless.
That the media is lying about the reality of the Lahaina fire is incredibly frustrating for me because I am the media. I am the editor of Maui Times, and I have tried relentlessly to get direct information from the County of Maui as well as the Maui Police Department. Both entities have been radio silent and have not responded to any of my calls or emails over the past few days. I also spoke to Maui police officers in person in Lahaina, and they all denied me my First Amendment right to freedom of the press by denying me access to Lahaina town as well as denying me information. They even sent me on a wild goose chase trying to find their media coordinator who had conveniently gone home for the day by the time I found where he was supposed to be. So it is not the media who is lying to you because I am obligated to only report what has been confirmed. Who's lying to you is the government entities who are trying to cover their asses and not take accountability for how grossly mismanaged this entire situation has been. Maybe if we make this go viral, I'll actually get a response from them.
Dust screen, which does a couple things. It actually blocks.
You mean this dust screen right here? Yeah, that's the dust screen that was put up to preserve the disaster area. But no other place that ever had fires did this. Wonder why is that? Also, the EPA sprayed a film over Lahaina on Thursday, deeming it inhabitable. It hasn't come out yet, but it's about to. This is how they're going to claim eminent domain and have nobody living in Lahaina. Now, you can believe me or not, but everything I have said up to this point has been on point. The information that I received about this film being sprayed by the EPA was from people who sat in on the meeting. And no, I'm not going to tell you who they were, because then they no longer can sit in on the meetings and get all this information, right? So believe me, don't believe me, that's up to you. Either we all stand together with Lahaina and against this corrupt government, or we just continue jabba-jabba-jawing on the sidelines on TikTok. What is it going to be, Lahui? Are we standing with Lahaina to fight this corrupt government and make sure our people keep their land? Or are you just going to jabba-jaw on social media?
Listen at this, you guys.
Triple threat.
Human error.
This is a double
my
threat.
ass.
The Hurricane Idalia will be a hurricane when it hits Florida. Hurricane Franklin is intensifying. But I said triple threat. Cars may stop working mid-evacuation due to fuel contamination. If you gassed up somewhere between Fort Myers and Tampa Bay in the last 24 hours at a BJ's Wholesale, a 7-Eleven, or a Handy Food, at 30 separate locations,
30,
affecting at least 500 to 1,000 plus customers right this second, there's diesel in your fuel.
And your
When you
car
mix
is
diesel
fucked.
and gasoline in a regular gas-powered car, it will kill your engine. Your hope is it just stops your engine.
That's your hope.
But it may potentially destroy your engine. Governor Ron DeSantis, on his campaign to fail at becoming the President of the United States, said, "That sucks," and offered absolutely no other guidance to the people that have been affected. People that went home and tested it inside their generators destroyed their generators.
Yep.
Florida is moving an emergency amount of gas very quickly down into the affected areas. But that's not going to help the hundreds, if not thousands, of customers that are currently going to be affected.
Not in the slightest.
And if the hurricanes become so bad that an emergency evacuation is necessary,
kiss your ass
that's all the
goodbye.
guidance I can give you. Because Florida is going to supply gasoline. And that's all the information that they're giving. My entire family and most of my friends are still in Florida. And I'm aware that it was human error, but this is going to lead to many people having needless problems because of human error.
You know what kind of fuel you're hauling?
Where you gassed up last.
And the hoses are color coordinated.
From Tampa
Human
to
error.
Fort Myers.
My ass.
In the last 24 hours.